I'll never forget the first time I saw Al Pacino rehearse a scene. It was 2004, and I was voice coach on the film of The Merchant of Venice, directed by Michael Radford, with Al playing the role of Shylock. From the moment he arrived in the rehearsal studio, he was in character. He wore black clothes, including a long black coat, and carried his body in a downward-leaning posture, his eyes mainly looking at the floor. But when he lifted them, he had the most penetrating gaze. Even in that first rehearsal, he was astonishingly powerful, and the young actors in the scene with him appeared almost paralyzed by that power. I soon learned just how committed Al is to his work. When it came to filming, his intense energy, focus, creativity and stamina paid tribute to his training and his early career in theatre. He would ask for take after take of each of his scenes until he was satisfied he had offered up everything he could, resulting in a very human, complex and compelling portrayal of his character. This fascinating presence was not something that only emerged on screen, however. He had the same quality in real life. One evening, after rehearsals, he invited us to drinks at his apartment in New York. In that relaxed setting, at home with fellow professionals and friends, he was a charming host and as charismatic as he is on camera. Like many of the actors I have met, his personality wasn't forceful or dominating. It emerged from an understated self-confidence and self-reliance that made him very attractive. When I spoke to him, his attention seemed to be entirely on me. He was really listening to what I said. When you encounter very charismatic people like Al, it's tempting to assume that it's something that has come to them naturally, that some of us are simply better at holding people's attention than others. There might be some truth in that idea, but observing Al Pacino and other great actors makes you realize that their charisma, in performance and in person, often comes from their commitment to their work, the craft and art of acting. And it is a craft we can all learn from. This book is going to introduce you to some of the work I do with actors to help them communicate powerfully and charismatically. As a voice coach, my job is to help actors fulfill and maintain their potential as artists, who are, above all, communicators. I will share with you some of the advice I give to them and the exercises I use to get the best out of their voices, their bodies, and their scripts. Along the way, I will share some of their experiences with you. Experiences that they were kind enough to share with me in my research for this book. By introducing you to the methods that actors use to communicate effectively, my hope is that you too will glean insights into how to perform with charisma in your own life. Actors as artists. Working with actors is a privilege. Being part of the creative process of artists has led me to work on some of the most demanding stages in the world, everywhere from the National Theatre, the Royal Shakespeare Company, Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, Sydney Theatre Company, and in most of London's beautiful, iconic West End theatres, to school halls, warehouses, churches, and even the Houses of Parliament. In many cases, I have been lucky enough to work with an actor from the very beginning of their artistic journey at drama school, right through to the height of their profession. During this time, I have had the pleasure of working with some of our most talented actors, and as any teacher will tell you, working with people of great talent and ability always teaches the teacher as much as the student. I first understood how an actor can fill the National Theatre's Olivier stage by watching and listening to actors who have performed there for years. I have learned how to help actors with their vocal projection and clarity by working alongside those who began their careers in regional repertory theatres in the 1950s. I have seen how an actor can take an audience on a journey with clever, subtle shifts in their body language that draw the audience's attention to where they want it to go. Every day I see actors being so free and flexible with their bodies, voices and minds that you forget who they are. You only see and hear the character and the story being told.